And welcome back. We got to some more TMNT figures today. It's going to be some new releases from Super7. New-ish, I want to say. It came out late February, around mid-March maybe, depending on where you got it from. We just had our Ghostbusters month last month, so we didn't get to it until now. But we got these two figures we're really excited about. Of course, there were more in the wave, but we don't always get every single one. We kind of focus on the ones we want. When you're paying $60, $70 a figure, that's kind of what you do, unless you are a completionist. In this case, not so much. So for us here today, we're going to be checking out the new Wingnut and Screw Loose. I want to call this a deluxe figure. This came in a little bit more than the usual $55 to $60 price range, just around $70, $75. And then we got Scumbug coming in at that normal price range of $55, $65. So these two huge favorites of mine when I was a kid in the Playmates line, so I'm really glad to see them here. You'll notice they still have the slip covers. We were told from Super7 the slip covers would be going away soon because not a lot of people keep them. They don't see it's worth it. It's extra packaging. Maybe not. Maybe this is the last wave. Maybe they changed their mind. We still have that next wave coming out with Triceraton and a couple other figures that was pushed until later this year, so it's not coming out in the spring. So we originally thought it would be coming out more toward the end of the summer or early fall. So we'll just check these out here, removing that great slip cover. And the slip cover is the sewer manhole with Wingnut's picture on there. So again, we have that standard box. I don't want to show you a 360 of it because I've done it 100 times, the same box. This one is green. This one usually symbolizes that this is a good guy when they do the green box with the turtle shell here. And Dingbat Buddies Who Bite the Baddies is the nickname given to these guys, their moniker. So we have that great Wingnut in there, and then Screw Loose over here. And we're going to be showing you guys both of these when we get into the box. In the original Wingnut and Screw Loose, he was a little tiny figure, one color Screw Loose. He was just yellow. Didn't articulate, it was very tiny, he didn't do much at all, he was just kind of there for show, but he was an accessory, so this time he gets like his own sort of look to him. He's releasing, and this makes it like a 2-pack, which is really cool. Much more emphasized when we showed you the Manta Ray figure. Like that was not as good as this one in terms of the little figure that came with him. That one essentially was... I forget what the name of that guy was, but he was still really small, and even in the Super7 release. Screw Loose here gets his own sort of unique, distinct look to him. It feels like its own figure. We'll check that out really soon. And over here we have Scumbug. I love Scumbug. I think he's a really fun design. Obviously he's in the purple packaging. He's a bad guy. He's got the foot on the back instead of the shell. He's the turtle busting exterminator. They did a great job with this one. I'm really excited to take a closer look. They really emphasized that mix of the human and the insect here. Really drew out the tattered clothing and the arms and the half and half body. And he still looks really close to the original as well, so they didn't deviate too much, and I love that alternate head. So we're going to check this one out, but he's a really fun one. Love Scumbug, love seeing him in Mutant Mayhem as well, same with Wingnut. That's kind of the theme. All the ones we're focusing on for the most part have been in Mutant Mayhem, with a couple of exceptions. Yeah, it makes for a fun display mural when you have all the different versions of the characters. So why don't we hop in and check these two out. We're going to start with Scumbug first this time, focus on the bad guys, and open this package and check out these great figures. Love working with these smaller characters because you get the whole thing in the frame in a nice close view. I don't need to cut anything out and try to reframe it. Like we did that Voltron one. That was tough. That thing was huge. I did not expect it to be that big. But these guys always fit really nicely in the frame here. And here we go. We have our character. We have a massive assortment of alternative hands there. We have a massive assortment of little extra bugs. And we have a nice collection of weapons. I'm trying to think back to the original. I know he had the backpack with this little sprayer. I'm not sure if he had this additional weapon or if this is sort of a rehash of that original version. But yeah, I mean, he has all his original accessories here. He didn't come with one of those planks that had all the different characters in it, or all the different figures connected to it, like we saw for the Turtles or some of the other characters. I know the Super7 was throwing those in with some characters that didn't have that, so it was just kind of odd. But that's not the case with Scumbug here. I'm going to pull him out here. While I'm pulling him out, I'm going to give you guys a 360 so you can check out Scumbug. Not wasting our time here. Some of that great detail on this figure. Pardon the noise here as I'm pulling him out. And you can see all that really nice sort of layering they got with the tattered outfit. And then they got all that great on the back there with the wings. It was just all kind of one piece in the original figure. And then you get the Terran pants, and then you got them popping out of the pants on the one side. You got the spray cans on the belt, all those bugs crawling on them. A lot of great detail. Absolutely love how this one turned out. So why don't we, as always, we want to look at the articulation on this guy. We want to see what he could do. He's got that great hand that moves multiple ways. He's got the elbow there. He's got the shoulder that goes out and up and down. His mandible moves. Look at that. The jaw. That is awesome. I love that look on him there for the jaw. And the head can move around too on this side. And then we got the leg up and down, left and right, bending at the knee. Yep, that knee. We have that additional twist here at the knee. We have the ankle that twists, and then we have the legs moving up and down. And that's just a tremendous amount of articulation and just a really great look to this guy. I love that jaw. That is what's making the figure for me. And then we have his accessories. So, of course, we want to check out all the accessories here. His backpack was the main one from the original ones. His turtle kill on it. Toxid. It's got some great detail on there. It's going to have a little piece to connect it to his back. So, of course, we want to line that up and get that in there nice and secure. And then it's going to have all these different sort of connectors here. And I think some of them went into him, as I recall, and then some of them went into the gun. So there are these little holes in the front right here. I'm just going to pop those in there. And that should be where the insecticide or whatever it is connects to. So yeah, I remember the original backpack. Oh man, was that like yellow or something like that? And everything just kind of connected to the guy, and he looked great. Look at that, it connects really easy. And we'll take out this wand here and complete that look. And there's going to be a large spot in the side there, so that can connect in, and then we could get that gun in his hand. So there we are. It's all connected. Now he comes default with an open hand. Let's find a weapon holding hand. We'll talk about the hands while I'm looking for the hands here. He's going to have a couple different hands. It looks like he has a fist. He has a grasping hand, and then he has a weapon holding hand. Now the weapon holding hand is going to have more of a trigger type of look to it. So I'm going to use that one here. I'm going to do my technique where I twist as I pull, so we avoid snapping the little wrist pegs. Happens a lot in a lot of figures, even high-end figures, and that's really frustrating because there's no replacement part, and you spend like $200 on a figure, and then you're just stuck. Now this one's a little tough because it has these jagged pieces, and you can see the indentation to put on my thumb when I was just trying to get that in there. So just be careful when you're doing that. It hurts a little bit. It hurts a lot, actually. And then we're going to have to wedge it. Now, sometimes on these, I keep a little tool out of frame here. Sometimes on these, the hands are so stiff that you can't even move it a centimeter. So what I like to do is get a pen and wedge the end of a pen in there to just open it a little bit and just have them hold that pen just for a second or two. And what that does is it's going to create a little bit of a gap for you to quickly slide this in before it solidifies and it hardens around it again. And then you have that really strong grip on there without breaking the fingers. So when you gradually angle it in, I like a pen because it's smaller at the bottom and it gets bigger. So you kind of slide that in there and have them open the grip, and then it will just naturally close around it again. And now that is solid. That is not twisting in his hand. I can't get it to move left or right. I mean, that is really in there. So yeah, great way to do that, just to get it out of there, get it in place without damaging the figure. So, okay, so that is the hand there. Why don't we try another hand on the other side, just for a little fun? Because he's got this little bug hand here, but maybe I want to have him point. So we'll try this pointing finger on the left side. And I love how they have the different hands here. So they have the human hand on the right, and then they have these hands on the left. So it just gives you a little variety. Of course, this one's a little bit trickier to pull out. There we go. We'll give him this pointing hand. This one again. Oh, that one went in really easy. Probably stretched it out, pulling that other one out. So we give him a little pointing hand on this side, just so we can make him look a little more animated than his standard look there. And then we have a bunch of little bugs. I'm not sure what they want you to do with the little bugs, honestly. He's got a bunch on him already. I don't think they're going to stick on him very well, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to try it out. Why not, as I like to say. Let's get this little... use an X-Acto knife to open this up, and I'm going to keep it on a hinge. Now I'm wondering if they have pegs underneath them that we could use to stick them in place, and they do. They have little holes underneath. So if you look at Scumbug, he has little holes on his knees, on his stomach, on different parts of his body, and I think what we could do is take these little bugs and push them into place. And now you got a 3D bug and not just a bug that is molded onto them. That is really cool. Did not know that that was a feature. I don't do a ton of research on these before I buy them. I just know I want them because it's Scumbug. So I don't read about all the little features. And of course, there's not instructions with a lot of these. So you kind of have to figure it out. So it's a little intuitive. And this one is very intuitive. And look how great that looks as I'm putting them on there. Put another one on this side. Fun little surprise feature on this guy. It looks awesome to have those little bugs on his body. So I'll look for more holes and I'll stick them on in a moment, but just so you get the idea, I mean, look how cool that is to get those extra little bugs stuck on his torso, stuck on his thigh there. And the only other thing we have is that alternate head. Let's see if I could, I don't see if this opens. Yeah, the jaw does not open on this one. I don't want to pull the head off because it's going to be a lot. But you can see the alternate head here. His mouth isn't open. He's got these bug eyes. And this is more imaginative. It's not based on the original design of the figure. So they do this once in a while. They will include extra heads. They did that with the Rat King that's coming up too. So you get that K-pop Rat King and standard Rat King. But they give you an extra head if you want to change them up there. And they give you an extra weapon as well. So one weapon they give you is closer to the original Playmates weapon. And then the other weapon they give you is more like ultimate version of that. I can't remember which of the two of these were closer to the original. I think it might actually be this one. You could definitely switch them out. You could connect the hose into here as well, and it gets you either version. I like this spraying look to it. I think it's a little bit more fun. I think it kind of completes the look. So yeah, I mean, pretty awesome figure. A lot you could do there. I like that little can of spray, bug spray on the side here. He looks great. He's got a lot of great little features to him, fun little hidden things you could do. I love the bugs that you could stick on him and just give him a little bit more depth to that figure. It gives you a little layering. They really stick out. They really make him come to life and pop. So that's kind of fun. I did not know that that was an extra feature. So I'll look for a couple more holes to stick some in while we jump to the next figure. But we're going to check out Wingnut and Screw Loose next. All right, well, this guy is a little bit bigger. So we're going to crack open into the box here. And again, I always like using a pen or something to get the roll underneath the top flap so I don't tear it. I do keep the boxes. I do like keeping these things together. So here we go. This one, like I said, is a lot bigger. We're going to have our Wingnut here and our Screw Loose here. So just like the Ray Fillet, he has another character here, but this one is much bigger than what we got in the Ray Fillet as well. And there is a second layer of accessories. They're going to have the wings as a separate piece in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the back open and take that out so you guys can see that as well. There we go. So the second layer is just going to exclusively, whoop, it's got multiple pieces of tape, not just on the sides. So let's get the top here. Top, and I think the bottom as well. They do not want this disappearing. So here we go. Okay, second layer, it's going to have just the wings and the hands and the grenades, so a ton of extra accessories there. So I can see already we have our Wingnut here. He's going to have a strap holding him in place. I'm going to pop that out, and then our Screw Loose has one of those elastic bands. Looks like it'd be easier from the front, and it's not really easier from the front. So I'll try to sneak this in there. That's why I like the sprue cutters. They really help get around it. So we'll take a quick look at Screw Loose here first. Yeah. And I mean, the ultimate version of him, he's going to have articulation. His arms move here, the different directions, and they have a joint here so they can go up laterally up and down as well as back and forth. So all four arms move. The wings come out. Look at that, the translucent wings. Really nice job on that. The feet don't articulate. Let's see if his torso turns. His torso does not turn. His head articulates though, so way more than you could have asked for. I mean, the original, he was just kind of an accessory. He didn't do anything. It was all monotone yellow. This is like an actual figure here. The tail articulates, and it gives you another point of contact to really help give some stability. But that is really cool that they really brought this character to life with all this extra added detail. So it's fun. You get an extra character here. You get Screw Loose, and he's definitely pretty awesome. And he has this foot up on like an angle, so it makes it look a little bit more animated. So fun little extra bonus figure you get with this massive figure here that's, you know, should get a bonus figure because he has more money than the standard Ultimate. So he is going to be really secured in here. So what I'm going to do is give you guys another 360 while I take the time to get him out so you can really appreciate all this great detail on this great figure with this massive, I guess capitalizing at the time. Batman was huge again. Yeah, I mean, Batman was always big, but you know, it was perfect to see this guy come out around the Batman animated series period. I'm not sure how they want you to get this plastic layering off of here, but he's got a lot of great detail on him. You can see all these great accessories in his belt, the gadgets, the dynamite, the walkie-talkie, just all these parts that he has really help this guy pop. I'm sure he's going to be quite a chore for us to get together in just a moment. But he has a ton of great accessories, and he did in the original too. The original Playmates version of him, he had like a gun and a grenade and stuff you could put in his utility belt and take out. But he had all sorts of accessories. So that is your quick 360 there. Let's focus on getting this guy together now. So he has this wireframe cape, which I love. That is right here on the top of him, but I accidentally popped out this little peg. There we go, I got it back in. And he has that dripping over the back. He's much bigger than the other characters too, which I love. Like, let's have him next to Scumbug. Scumbug's closer on par with the other ones. And I had his head pop off because I had to get that plastic piece off. So this is a great time to show you the other head we got for him. And it's a great head with these white eyes that gives you sort of that Batman look when you situate it on there. So you have this alternative head here. I love that, but I'm going to keep it with the traditional head because I kind of like the old Playmates look on this figure. And you can see this great articulation of the neck and of the head joint. So we're going to pop that head back on. Hopefully I have an easier time getting it on than I did off. Yep, there we go. So we have that head back on. Again, you can see all the great detailing on his armor. You see where the wings go in. You see the holes in the cape on the back there. Really nice. He's got that great articulation in the arm and the elbow and the wrist, a little restricted by this guard he has on there. And then he's going to have no waist articulation. Oh wait, he does. At the bottom there's a slit for the waist. Then you have that hip, and then you have the turning legs and the ankle and the knee. This guard here doesn't prevent you from doing the knee guard, and he's got those massive feet. Now, really fun. The way they sort of split the waist here, they made it a rubber bottom. I love that. So it kind of feels like a real suit there. So they still have space in the utility belt like they did in the original for some accessories. So that's pretty cool. And he's got fun little things like cuffs and stuff in the back. He's got his tail there. So a really nice look to him. So why don't we check out what we got in terms of accessories for this guy. We're going to have, of course, his little blaster that he had in the original. We definitely need to take this one out. And if we can get it to come out, there we go. So he's going to have that gun. This time it's silver instead of yellow. Has a peg on the back like that, so we can still stick it into the wing. It looks like it has a hole for the grappling effect. Now in the original, I think it was just, you know, attached to it permanently. This one lets you actually take it out. So that's pretty cool. He's going to have his batarang or thing that he had in the other one. This one's silver as well. So it's pretty cool. There's a little like satellite listening device dish in here underneath an extra layer of protection. So I think you just pop this in his hand. It's a little listening device. It gives you some detail here. This wasn't one of the original accessories, so this is a little bit different. So we'll just hold that off to the side for now. Let's get these wings on so we can check this out. And the wings are going to have two little pivoting joints, and these are much nicer than the originals. The originals were just yellow, so this one you can see the wing, and then you can see the metal where it's attached and buckled onto the wing. So it's pretty cool because the wing is its own piece, and it's like interspersed with the metal here, and I bet you could probably manipulate this out because it's not attached to the metal. So it's just sitting in there loose. So you could probably manipulate it out of here if you wanted to just put on the wing and then not have the metal part, which is really cool. I'm not going to play around with that because I don't know how I'm going to be able to get it back together. So that is really cool. Yep, there you go. You can actually do it. It's really easy. It's just on this force fitted on this peg there. So if you do that, you can take it out like this, and there we go. Separate it. Really cool feature. Did not know that that was going to be a feature. You don't get that option with the original. It's just all one mold. So and then there it is back together. So awesome. That is an awesome, fun little feature. That another hidden feature on this figure, just like the Scumbug with the bugs. So once you get that situated however you want it, now you have the quest of trying to put it into this hole, and it's going to be a tough fit, I'm sure. So I'm going to try the twisting motion while I force it in. And I need a good angle on it, but the problem is with the metal, it's hard to get that angle with the wing protruding out. So I think I got it. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I got it in. And then I'm just gonna angle it here and try pushing it a little bit more to make sure it's just situated all the way in there, that it doesn't fall off. But that looks pretty nice once you get that situated in there. And then we'll get the other side. And it still has that look like the gun on the side there. And you want to make sure you still have that fitted into the wing. I think mine popped out. And it might be because I loosened it by taking it out. Here we go. There we go. Gotta slide this in there first. There we go. And then you get it situated in there. Boom. Okay. Now it's in there nice and tight. So we'll get the other wing, and this is going to be the same. It's going to pop out like the other one did, and we're going to twist that into position. And these are going to be the tough part of your figure assembly. You're really going to have to push and twist and push and twist and push and twist. You can do the hair dryer method where you loosen it up a little bit before you push it in. And that usually helps. And I might end up doing that because I'm having problems with this and I don't want to take the time up on the video here. But we'll check out the other accessories we got. We're going to have the grenades. They're going to have holes in the back, so you can attach one into the wing like you can with the gun there. Or you can put them in the belt, which we'll put a couple in the belt here just to see how that looks. I think that's a fun look as well. And this should stretch a little bit to give you that room to push the grenade into the belt. And that is not doing that either today. Wow, this one just doesn't want to cooperate. Here we go. There we go. There's one, and I'll put one more in the belt just to give it that fun look of the grenades. So just like the original, you can stick the grenades in the belt. It gives you that fun look of having some weapons and kitting him out. And then just like in the original, you could take another grenade and stick it up here in the wing and have it on display there as an extra accessory. And then I could take this and stick it in the other wing here and have it on display as well. So you just get a lot of options. So I think I'm gonna put this in his hand. We'll try out a weapon holding hand. Where he comes default with fists because he's ready to disperse justice. So we're gonna twist and pull this. There we go. Oof, this is not easy today. These are really fighting me. It's a bigger figure. Everything's thicker on it, so it's got thicker wrist joints. So I think that just might be what's going on. I think it's new. It's got thicker joints on it. I'm gonna have to really get these things into position. Once we got them in the first time, it usually loosens and is a little easier the following times. So yeah, this one we're gonna angle it in. We're gonna have to use our pencil or pen method that I showed you guys earlier to try to get this in here because this hand is really, really tight. And yeah, if someone could develop fingers that are easy to maneuver but are still have a solid grip, I mean, you're going to win the action figure market. That's just really hard to do. So this one you're probably going to have to like finagle it a little bit to get it into position and then cross it around. But it should be able to get into this hand eventually. I'll play around with that and I'll give you guys a nice clean shot of everything together. This is going to take me just a minute to get this done, but we'll have them all kitted out and ready to go for our wrap up. All right, here we go. Where I fixed them all up, I got Scumbug with the right gun that is closest to the Playmates version, so I wanted to display him like that. He did come with these little bugs. I don't think they stuck on the original character. They were just little extra accessories. So there's that. No change for Screwlers. And Wingnut, I got all those wings on. I got his gun in his hand. I got everything I needed set on him. The trick to getting the wings in is take off the metal parts that just, I showed you how they unclip. Really push in that wing while you twist and push it in, and then put the wings back on, the metal wings, because it just gives you a more solid point of contact to use these wings and not these, because they're going to keep popping off as you try to get them in there. I got his wrist in there, had to maneuver that gun a little bit to get it into position, but once you do, it looks great with the grappling hook attachment. I got his throwing bat on the other hand. These were all accessories included with the original Wingnut. They give you that satellite or the listening device as an extra little accessory. And then you have that cape that sort of fits over the top here. I don't recall how it fit in the original. There's no holes for the wings, so you can't have them popping out. So you kind of have it draping over the top. And like I said, you have the option of pulling it off if you wanted to do that sort of clean look. I don't recall if he had a cape on the original, if he was just a gray body with the wings. But he does have all these accessories that you see here. In the Playmates version, but I think he looks pretty awesome. He's much larger. He's kind of like this Hulk figure that we showed you from Diamond Select Toys almost. He's still got the gun tips on the edges of the wings, and they still hold accessories. So if you wanted to have them hold the grenades, you could poke the grenades in there, you could poke the gun in there, whatever you wanted to do. I have them all kitted out with all the grenades, so I think he looks pretty great. So that is a full look at the Wingnut with his screw loose buddy pack there, and then you have your Scumbug fully tooled out here with all his equipment as well. So not a bad look at some interesting mutants in this wave. And that completes a look at some of the latest releases in Super 7's TMNT Ultimates line. The Screw Loose and Wingnut and the Scumbug here are both available separately, of course, as we showed you, or you could buy them as part of a wave pack. But I like just getting these guys this way, and I think they look great. They're shipping now from Amazon. I think they're shipping from Big Bad. I think they're shipping from everybody that has them, essentially. We'll have a link up, as usual, for Entertainment Earth as well. If you guys want to use our 10% off code, go for it. You get a nice little discount on these if they're in stock. That's the trick. So not bad. You get a little 10% discount, particularly if you're buying both of them together. So I love how these came out. They look great. I'm glad we got these editions. They're really fun sort of characters to add to the line. And this one just looks huge. I love it, especially with the wingspan. So you can now add these to your collection. Of course, there's more characters coming out this year. We have that Triceraton I'm really excited about, so we'll be checking that out. And the Rat King and the other split up foot soldier or whatever. A lot of cool characters coming out later this year, so we'll check those out as they come out. Where of course we keep a look at our turtle stuff because we love looking at turtle stuff on here. I always say it's turtles, robots, and Ghostbusters are the three things we love the most on this channel, and I think we have a way to combine all three at one point this summer, so I'm saving that. You might know if you've been tracking recent release news, but we'll be checking those out as well. So we'll have more turtles this week. I'm going to do a double turtle week because I got more figures from the last Ronin that I want to check out and share with you guys. So we'll be checking out the exclusives next. After there, we're going to be going back for some more Ghostbusters stuff and some other things as we wrap up April. And then in May, we got some awesome new releases I want to show you from the world of Transformers. We're going to be taking a look at some of our segments like Then and Now. We're bringing that back. It's been a long time since we did one. Another Movie Madness figure. You guys seem to like the Movie Madness bit, so we'll go take a look at some other wacky movie character or movie themed figure release that I could find. Not one that was done as like the Marvel Legends line where they go back and pull characters, but when they simultaneously release with the movies and it's a quick cash grab. Some of those are good and some of those are awful, so it's always fun to take a look at those. So we'll be checking those out. So always tune back for that. As always, check out the website. We have all these reviews archived. We have photo galleries. We have toy news. We have coverage of events, all on the website. So you want to keep up on what's new, check out our website or our social channels. We'll post what we're posting on the website as well. And tune back here for more news. And we're going to be going to Comic-Con this year. We're going to be checking out Rebel Scum Con. So we'll be at a couple cons this year as well and provide coverage of that. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and follow. And we'll see you guys next time.